So, speaking of your wallet, let's get to the latest Obama-Sia and the Apostles of War updates. Goldman Sachs from top to bottom, Obama's change owned and operated by the great vampire squid. 2 articles on the FDL website Firedog Lake detail the intimate and incestuous relationship between the Barry Obama administration and Goldman Sachs. FDL names names and provides expansive detail on the Goldie administration. At a time when congressional hearings were set to call testimony from some Goldman Sachs employees, it's vital to understand how widespread that institution's ties are to the Obama administration. These diaries and documentations show the pervasive influence of Goldman and Goldman-created institutions like the Hamilton Project, embedded in the Brookings Institution, employees and influence peddlers in the Obama administration. It's not simply Larry Summers, Timothy Geithner, Rahm Emanuel, Gary Gensler, and Mark Patterson who are Goldies, but a long list of others, and it's just the tip of the Goldman iceberg. Within this, you'll find probably the most comprehensive list of people groups yet available to show how Obama's administration has really become the Goldman Sachs administration. And Elena Kagan is merely the latest addition, although her ties to Goldman are downplayed, if not completely ignored, by the corporate media. We, of course, reported that to you extensively on MediaMonarchy.com. Goldman, now strategically placed in the White House as the greatest depression inexplicably unfolds all around us, the banksters are positioned to emerge as rulers of us all, and most of us, thanks to the corporate media, are completely unaware. The links to these massive, and I believe being updated articles, a list of Goldman Sachs people in the Obama government, names attached to the giant squid's tentacles, and the updated list of Goldie ties to Obama government, including Kagan, all linked up for you. And now it pains me to say, and this got a lot of coverage, and again, this is the fake culture wars, and this is again why you need to be your own leader. Woody Allen says Obama should become a dictator. I believe this was a Spanish language interview. It's now making the rounds. Basically, George Bush got his way, so they should just step aside and let Obama do his thing. Now we have attached the still from Woody in his early film Bananas, where he plays the dictator of a banana republic, as we're turning into a banana republic that won't have any bananas. This is why it's important to separate the art from the man in a lot of cases. I love his films, and we can leave it there. Indiana Representative Mark Souter resigns after an affair with a staffer, and apparently it was a woman. O'Reilly calls Kagan's brother a left-wing radical. And another good note, speaking of the Supreme Court, they at least banned life in prison for juvenile non-murderers. And Obama had the president over, of course, noting, quote, "We are not defined by our borders." And again, if the agenda rolls out, we won't have any borders. It'll be a part of the North American community. Robert Pastor and the Council on Foreign Relations talk about. SPP, Security and Prosperity Partnership, spp.gov. They'll tell you the roads and the infrastructures aren't being built and put into place, but you see it everywhere. Rich and powerful, Obama and the global super elite. More on that from The Independent. Perhaps we could have put that in our stories about Geithner and Brzezinski and the Bilderbergs and the Trilaterals and the CFR. But again, it's all connected. Obama may personally greet each graduate at Kalamazoo Central. This from MLive.com out of Michigan. Kalamazoo Central seniors to fill out paperwork for Secret Service. You got to make sure all your documentation is there and maybe your birth certificate is there so you can shake the president's hand. And as if all that wasn't funny enough, recently, Obama signed the Press Freedom Act. And we've got stories and videos from InfoWars and the New York Times where Obama turns his back on the press and won't talk to them after signing the Press Freedom Act.
So we are very grateful to them. I'm grateful to the legislative leaders who helped pass this. It is something that I intend to make sure our State Department carries out with vigor. And with that, I'm going to sign the bill. There you go. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're certainly free to pass this. Thank you. We won't be answering. I'm not doing a press conference today, but we'll be seeing you guys during the course of this week.
Thank you.
And he hasn't done a press conference in months. National Intelligence, quote-unquote, Director Dennis Blair resigns. He of the "we can assassinate American citizens abroad if we suspect, they're terrorists." More on that from the Washington Post and Fox. But from The Guardian, Obama hails a vote on tightening regulations of Wall Street banks. That's what we are noting at the top of Google News right now. It's reform. The junkie needed another fix. But again, the fix has to be bigger and bigger each time to get the oligarch money junkies and the banksters just back to that high normal. Obama starts deploying interrogation teams. That's from Reuters, and of course, that's just overseas for right now. We're not doing that here. It's not meant for you. The last interesting note from weeklyblitz.net. Harlem pastor Reverend James Manning has been putting Obama on trial this week for his connections to the CIA, his shady connections to Colombia, CIA fronts in BIC. But we have to move quickly now, my friends, as we're running out of time and we may not be able to get to everything. But again, as always, I'll just mention that all these things are documented and laid out on the website, laying out the path